As ever more newcomers make 19th century Wisconsin their home, the state's greatest landmarks rise in a glorious era of optimism. This is the story of the building of Wisconsin. In the Civil War, Wisconsin had given more than its fair share of manpower. But this wasn't the only contribution to the Union cause. The state supplied the North with wheat, its chief crop. The monoculture of wheat production, however, took a heavy toll on the soil, and after the 1860s, its production tanked in Wisconsin. So Wisconsin farmers searched for viable alternatives. After experiments with large-scale sheep raising, hog raising, and other ideas, it was the dairy cow that took over the state, with cheese in particular as Wisconsin's signature product. The transition was difficult. Complex training and equipment were needed, and there was a stigma that dairying was women's work. All this was overcome largely thanks to experienced dairy farmers who moved to Wisconsin from upstate New York, a place which had itself turned to dairying a generation before. Dairy farms with large barns for cattle and silos for feed became an essential part of the landscape. Plymouth, Wisconsin emerged as the world's cheese capital. The Swiss were an important group to bring cheese-making skills. Monroe, Wisconsin is known as the Swiss cheese capital of the United States. New Glarus is another Swiss-founded town which displays its heritage proudly through its architecture. For hundreds of years, rivers had been Wisconsin's highways. But in 1847, just 1 year before statehood, Wisconsin's first railroad was built from Milwaukee to Waukesha. The growth of the railroads was slow at first. It took until 1857 to extend the line across the state to Prairie du Chien. But once built, the network revolutionized movement in the state. Towns were made or broken based on their position on railroad stops, and the logging industry was no longer limited to harvesting near rivers. There was one immigrant group in particular known for laying track and working for the railroad companies. The Irish arrived in Wisconsin in large numbers after the start of the Irish potato famine in 1845, founding St. Patrick's churches throughout the state. Willing to take harder jobs, the 19th century Irish concentrated in Milwaukee's historic 3rd Ward, a key warehouse and factory district, becoming Milwaukee's first major immigrant group. In 1860, however, Milwaukee's Irish community was devastated in possibly the worst maritime disaster ever on the Great Lakes, when a schooner carrying lumber struck the Lady Elgin, a steamboat carrying hundreds of Irish passengers, including many city leaders. This tragedy left a gap filled by another rising group of immigrants in Milwaukee, one that would have more influence on Wisconsin than any other. The earliest Germans came to Wisconsin fleeing persecution for their Lutheran religion. starting in the 1840s, Germans began migrating by the thousands, concentrating northwest of Milwaukee. They brought one of the most unique pioneer building styles, a medieval half-timber filled in with clay or brick. Germans hugely contributed to the rise of Wisconsin, building institutions of religion, education, culture, and industry. In the 1840s, German Catholics settled in 10 different communities east of Lake Winnebago. Its many churches adorning hilltops, along with the renowned character of its people, gained the area the moniker the Holy Land. The reputation for piety in the region extends south to Holy Hill, a popular shrine from the 19th century. Magnificent churches like this one recreated in their new home the best of the civilization they or their ancestors had left behind. Farther west, La Crosse became the home of a Franciscan institute originating in Bavaria. In addition to their many charity efforts, they built the Mary of the Angels Chapel, a masterpiece of Romanesque style. By 1860, Germans were Wisconsin's largest ethnic group, and Milwaukee the most culturally German of America's major cities. Striking examples of German Renaissance Revival architecture are still prominent in Milwaukee, the best being Milwaukee's magnificent City Hall. German-founded breweries are found throughout the state, but were most successful in Milwaukee. The Great Chicago Fire in 1871 left the large German population of nearby Chicago in desperate need for the Milwaukee brewers to supply them. German engineering talent and access to nearby sources of iron helped to make Milwaukee a capital of engineering. Reliance Works was Milwaukee's largest employer, producing steam engines and other machine equipment, which earned Milwaukee the nickname the machine shop of the world. Milwaukee became the uncontested industrial powerhouse of the state, producing 1/3 of the value of all Wisconsin's manufactured products by 1880. All this was made possible by Milwaukee's rise as a railroad hub under the skilled leadership of Alexander Mitchell, a kind of Vanderbilt of Wisconsin, who united the early railroads into one line known as the Milwaukee Road. Milwaukee's optimism was checked in 1883 when the Newhall House Hotel caught fire and 70 people died. In spite of this, the compounding industrial might of Milwaukee attracted ever-increasing waves of newcomers from further abroad, and Milwaukee climbed to become the 12th most populous city in the United States. In the 1880s, Polish immigrants rose to be the second most populous immigrant group, building a vibrant Polish community on the south side of Milwaukee, adorning it with the Church of St. Stanislaus, and eventually with St. Josaphat's Basilica in 1901. With Milwaukee leading the way, industry and innovation flourished throughout the state in greater diversity than ever, of which many surviving buildings serve as stylish apartments. Appleton boasted the first hydroelectric dam on Earth and the first home powered by hydroelectricity. The lower Fox River's water power led to the world's highest concentration of paper mills. The world's first commercially successful typewriter was developed in Milwaukee, and balloon tires were first used in Racine in 1895. As wealth soared in the late decades of the 19th century, so did the experimentation and ornamentation in architecture. Educational institutions like schools and libraries flourished in sizes great and small. The University of Wisconsin became a research powerhouse, making new advances for the dairy industry. Other benevolent institutions, such as hospitals and orphanages, were built, as well as advanced city amenities. An era willing to have fun through architecture, Milwaukee's North Point Water Tower looks more like a castle than a utility structure. Wisconsin was a destination of immigrants, but also of visitors. Attractions like medicinal hot springs and the circus brought visitors from throughout the Midwest and beyond. Wisconsin's gentle, scenic beauty was widely praised, especially for its 15,000 lakes and amazing places like Wisconsin Dells and Door County. While Wisconsin remains an attractive place with many beautiful historical structures, the struggle continues to preserve the purity of its landscape and the dwindling numbers of buildings that bear witness to its heritage.